do this because it kind of distracts me. Yeah, we can start with intentions and distractions. My intentions are to go through the agenda, and especially I'd like to hear feedback from the sustainability of the audit, like not the audit, the project. And yeah, just that's my intentions, and I don't have any distraction. I'll pass it to Libby.
My intentions are to maybe touch a little bit on the accountability methods that I know you and Juan were talking about, and I'm a little bit hungry. That's a slight distraction, but other than that, I'm present. Pass to Ivy.
My intentions are to go over the agenda, so the list and the agenda. And I think that those are my intentions, to clarify some things with you. And I have zero distraction. You're muted. You're muted, Zeb.
Sorry, I'm sharing screen so we see the board for this sprint, and our goals are basically the gravity trial audit and define this last point on the the funding section on the when we audit every working group. So where's the agenda? So yeah, I think we could fill this first. February. Oh, you already did?
Yes, and then I have to. I just confirmed with Livia earlier. We will remove the DAO book club meetings for now. So yeah, you can remove that row.
Okay, this is why this.
Yeah. Then you can see that in the agenda, I put there the new meetings, the TCAMA. So I'm not sure if it should be recorded, because the last time we did that, I attended this call and it wasn't recorded. So I wanted to ask you if it's should also be recorded.
What I never been there. What's the TCA? It's the welcoming that Libby is leading, or what do you think, Libby? It should be recorded or not?
I think it could be cool if you guys have time availability.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. So
yeah, we decided to change.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, we decided to change more to an AMA format because it's gonna be more dynamic. Like I had kind of a route of things to go over, but then Ivy came and she had a lot of questions, and that was so helpful to like have people's questions guiding the how is it gonna be. So maybe it's gonna be like an FAQ in the future for people when they join, they can like listen to this call.
Great. Yeah, then I'll be there for sure. Or Ivy.
And there's another one, the Omega working group. So I also added that to our list. Just telling
I definitely will be on those. Those calls are amazing. I will join anyway. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the next point is the brainstorm on the sustainability of the working groups. Like, that's a question that Griff said on the last steward calls. and I talking to him, and he had good feedback saying like not all the working groups can be sustainable because what they are providing is through the let's say to the common. If, let's say, for example, I mean, we were thinking like some methods, but then it wouldn't be like open. For example, we're thinking, let's say for gravity, they have to pay, like the members pay, but then it wouldn't be the same. Or let's say on transparency, we could, the YouTube channel and library channel, I mean, it doesn't generate money now, but in the future, who knows? But the main thing is like the project should get sustained from other sides, like Gitcoin grants and and we were also thinking on, that's me and Sam thinking, like have a working group who focus on the sustainability of the project, something like that. Like, for example, Honeyswap have this, that when you use Honeyswap, it goes to the funding pool. Or we're also thinking, let's say we create a shop for the TEC, and then let's say people who is buying these clothes, and that goes some part to the member who creates the site, but then like let's say like 80% goes to the funding pools, something like that. But like what we were overall thinking is like not all the working groups can be sustainable. Like if they are providing things to the community, it feels like the community should, if they are approved by the community, then it should be the community funding them. But I'd like to hear from you guys.
What my understanding for this, when I talk to Griff, my understanding is after the hatch, the impact hours will go away, right? So the question would be for the working groups, how are they gonna be funded? I mean, how are they gonna continue working if they don't get the impact hours? Do they have a process for that to keep the people contributing? Because there will be no impact hours. So I think what he wants is to the working group to have to already think about it. What's their process to get funded aside from the forum voting? Yeah, so that's my understanding of sustainability. After the hatch, how are gonna people get funded? So I don't know if there are other inputs.
Yeah, this is a big question that we've been having, and that was I think we just need to brainstorm about this because I feel like people have different ideas. I feel like it would be like, what are the options now? It could be that people submit, the working group lead submits a proposal once a month, let's say, to the DAO, to conviction voting, asking for a certain number to divide between the working group members. But then this person would be responsible to sending the money to other people. And maybe that's not like the most desired outcome, that one person would have to like split the money between others. Like maybe members of the working group could submit individual proposals, but then that would spam the comments. We could continue using impact hours in the sense of like praise is dished, and then in the same thing happens, the quantification, and then the final number is submitted to the DAO to like send the tokens to people. So one question I have in technical terms is it possible to put like multiple addresses in one proposal? Let's say. Do you know, Zach?
No, I don't know, but I could ask to Sam. But in regarding that, I really like the system that Garden Funds is using. They have like an independent DAO where the funds go, and then all the members of that new DAO, the only purpose is, let's say, Common Swarm, they vote and they distribute their money like as a working group. And I think what transparency could do regarding that is like ask how they distribute the money and just to be transparent. Like, but I think it's out of our scope. Like, do the sustainability thing because well, I don't know how to do it. But then, like, let's say when the workers are working and they are distributing the money, like I think what we could do is just ask how they do it and show the job this money is worth for.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I think the sustainability thing is not our scope, but for the audit purposes, I think the question that we can ask is, what's their process for funding, or do they have already a proposal how to fund their working group for after the hatch? And yeah, if they can show us the process, so that's the only information that we would need from them. And like what you said, it's good to identify who is managing the funds and who is distributing the funds. So these are, I think, the important details to ask in the audit. But for sure, we can't have those details yet, so we can't really give them a score for that. But I think it's good that as early as now, the working groups can already think about it. So after the hatch, they can already have a proposal ready.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
when go ahead.
No, I think that's a good idea. It made me think if that each working group would have their own process, if that's better than having like a suggested process for everyone. I think it feels like, yeah, more free like that each, but to have this conversation with each working group, like, hey, do you have a plan for how you're going to continue funding the working group? And then once this plan exists, you guys make sure that it's happening, right?
So then what we should do now, we're doing the gravity trial audit. Like we should meet meet with Juan and ask how he. But isn't that too much? I feel like we are putting pressure on him because he also have other things to do. But I think it would be nice. Like actually, it will help their working group, right? What do you think?
The first thing we have to do is to update this checklist and put the question there. And I think one is already aware that we would update it, but after we put this question about the funding process, maybe it's also good to notify him or inform him that we added a new section, so he knows what he should be preparing for, and if he has questions, then he can have a call with us if he wants. Yeah, I think that's it. And how do you plan to start the audit for them? I mean, do we just send them the checklist, or do you want to have a call with him before we proceed with before he start with the documentation?
I think during the trial, especially, it would be so nice to do it together, so we could gather the most feedback from it. Yeah, that's what I think. What do you think, Libby?
You mean to talk to Juan to do how to start the audit?
No, I mean, do the audit together instead of we building the documentation and send it to him. Like, I think
I think doing together it's good. Like
Awesome.
or maybe it could be each working group chooses what they prefer.
Yeah, I mean the idea, like after Hatch, is like we send the checklist and then we offer them to do it together. Then they decide. But now in the trial, I think it would be so nice if we do it together because we would gather a lot of feedback. Awesome.
So, Zap, are you gonna just reach out to him and ask for his availability when he wants to do it together?
I can do that. These new headsets are dropping all the time, but yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So we should keep moving on the agenda, or there's something else on this point we could discuss. What I understood is what I understood is we ask the questions not for sustainability, but how they are going to manage the funds. And every working group will have their own plan that they have to decide. And yeah, we can check it. And then I think we can also, after having like seeing many working groups, if some working groups are don't have any plan, like we could say what the others are doing, and then we have them. But that's what I think I understood from that.
Oh, I think tomorrow in SoftGov we could have brainstorming on what are all of the possible options for funding. And then we have this list prepared, and then every working group can choose what type of way they're going to follow or propose a new one. And then at least you guys would have like a little frame of how the fundings could go.
That's awesome, Libby. Yeah, that's so great. I hate that headset. Okay, so we move from the next point. Meeting attendance terms. Meeting attendance terms update. Next step.
Yeah,
Uh,
I wanted to talk about that because after our call with the legal team, there have been updates from Adrian, I think. So I wanted to
mhm.
ask you if we should just proceed with that and and hand it over to Santi, and then we're done. Our transparency group is done with the document, or is there anything else that's expected from us to do? Though
I think
there is I just checked the document today actually, and there is this I agree button that Adrian added. So I don't know if it's possible because we don't have that button yet, and we're already doing the call. So should we keep it and just let legal decide how they're gonna resolve it?
yeah, I got the feeling like we did what we could do, and now it's the experts who have to review and say if something have to change or if they have to add something. And Adria already did, like he changed like almost the whole document, and it looks amazing. But I think now it's up to the experts, and we did what we know.
Okay, so let's just put it in the Zenhub issue that's assigned to Santi. You know, just to have a clear communication and documentation that we've done our part and we're already handing over the document to their team. So it's just clear that for now there's no expected action from us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you do that or should I?
I can do that. I can do it.
Great, awesome. Then is this point of adding screen cards in the TC videos to promote Commons Stack.
Yeah, this is from me because there is an issue. I saw an old issue in Zenhub that they wanted to promote the common stack videos in our YouTube channel and the TC channel. So I'm wondering, instead of uploading the videos from the common stack videos on the TC YouTube channel, my idea is just to put them as end screen or the cards on YouTube. Do you think it's possible? Are you familiar with the end screens and the cards?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I should.
Maybe.
I should see it. I mean, if I don't know what we are talking about.
Wait,
but maybe if you have, if you can share a video where someone is doing it, and I think,
Wait.
I think I could do some research and and do whatever.
I can share screen
I
maybe. Wait. Oh my god, I'm getting lost again. When I'm recording and sharing screen at the same time. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay. Or maybe I can just show my whole screen. Is that okay? It's better, right? Okay. Here, so what I'm trying to say is, for example, in this one, let's say, this one. All right, and then here's the editor. And then video. Oh no, not this one. Wait. And details, and then here the end screen and cards. So for the end screen, it's gonna be like this. So we can have like even just one video at the end. But I don't know if you know how to do it or if you have done that before.
No, I never done that before, but I think that's a great idea, and that doesn't take much time.
Yeah, instead of so we don't stop. And then we're gonna put it here, and then it will appear at the end. So it's gonna be like a recommended video for them after they watch the our videos.
But that definitely I can do it for every video. But the question I have is, which video should
Yeah.
I recommend?
I have to check it yet with Griff, but I'm just I just wanted to ask you if it's possible or you think it's if you have
No, it's
better suggestions.
yeah.
And here's
It's
another
possible.
one.
Yeah.
So instead of that video, it will appear like this at the top, suggested.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great idea, and it doesn't take that much time. It's just a couple of clicks.
Yeah. So
So I think to proceed with that, what I would need is just to know which videos, like what's the process for that. Like, do we want to recommend on every video the last video of Commons Stack, or do we want every time Commons Stack do a new video we recommend on like, I don't know. Let's say for example for TDC there is like a lot of videos every day, but for Commons Stacks there is not that many. So my question is, should we suggest every time Commons update a video, or we should always keep recommending the last video? Or
I have to. This is still. I'm still waiting for Griff. I still have to confirm this with Griff, but I just have to check with you if it's possible to do that before I recommend this to him. And then once he also says yes, and then I can ask him which videos he wants to promote to the TC channel. But my question is, where would we promote them? I mean, in every TC videos or
I mean, it depends, but for example, like the videos that normally have more views are the community videos.
And this,
So yeah, for me it would make sense. It depends on how many videos.
the
you have to
videos that
recommend.
the videos that we have right now for Common Stack are the sprint review videos. So that we have that every 2 weeks. So I'm thinking this can go in the community calls. We can add this video in the community calls and in the sprint videos for TEC also. So we can recommend the sprint videos for Common Stack at the end of the sprint of the TC sprint videos and the community calls. And then the common simulator call. So that's also what we upload, but I don't know in which video it should go to. The common simulator. Maybe I can ask Griff.
Do it make sense to do it with on the lab videos since they are doing similar stuff?
I
Or
don't really
not?
know. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm not familiar.
it's just an idea.
Okay, I can ask him. I was thinking that maybe in the lab or in the common swarm video. So yeah, but I will also check with Griff where he wants to promote these videos.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm a little bit confused. Why would the you're saying we would put a TEC video in the comment stack page?
No, the common
No,
stack videos will be in the TEC channel at the end of the TEC videos, like promotion.
Oh, promotion. Oh, I see. Okay. Like the one that comes up next, this kind of thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
okay. That was our last point on the agenda, but I think since Liv is here, we could talk about the, like she was interested on go through the audit and see the things we were discussing with Juan. So I need to find it. Addition transparency. I can share the screen. It's here. Ah, that's nice you're here, Libby. We were doing a call with Ivy last week, don't remember when, and we were thinking like for the score, the final score, we were thinking like to adding points, and for example, on this one, let's say for example manifesto, if you have the manifesto, then it's 4 points, but those points they would give them to themselves. If they think the manifesto is not good enough, they could say 2 or whatever. But having the manifesto, it's actually 4 points. Then the controversial one was this one, because do the manifestos reflect the current goals and working group style of the team? And I don't know. Our idea is if that's a yes, it's a 3. And if it should be updated, then it should not be 3 until it's updated. And if they update it and they highlight this on the manifesto, then they get the 3. Is that clear or not?
Yeah, I think that's clear.
Awesome. Then we were doing that with like it was like 4. It was like 10 points for each point. But then on the last one, impact hours, it's less than 10. It's 7 because we feel it's less questions. Does the working group communicate the price quantification document with the contributors so they know their impact hours? are all the contributors proportionally praised? And then we did a change. Like the last time you joined the call, we were seeing like sending screenshots, and then Sam give us feedback saying like on a trust-based community, we shouldn't share screens. It's better to share links. Let's say instead of sharing a link, a screen on a comment on YouTube, or a comment on Discord or Telegram, or even a place where it's on the video, you share the link with the exact minute of the video, and that would be more transparent. And yeah, he was saying like screenshots were not that great, and this is like better. What do you think? Instead of screenshots, use links.
So what are the links about? If the working group lead shared the impact hours with the working group?
Exactly. Instead of sharing a screenshot of the agenda, share the link of the agenda in that case, for example.
Oh. Oh, so the idea is after each praise quantification that the working groups have a look at the. I don't understand that first part.
Well, the idea here is like the working group is communicating with all the contributors, like the impact hours they have. So
okay.
we were saying, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's the point here is just to commit after the praise quantification, the praise quant or not after every praise quant, but as long as the working group communicate to the contributors that these are your impact hours. So we just have to see where they give this information to the contributors. So if they can send the link to the Telegram channel or Discord channel where they inform the contributors, then that should be fine. That's the idea.
But
okay, my first feeling is that the impact hours are available for everyone, like that it's constantly shared. Like if I know it's nice, but I don't know if it feels like super necessary to share with everyone in the working group since it's already. No, but that's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
I kind of feel like Libby. I feel like showing to everyone. I mean, it would be like overdue. I feel like just communicating it, like having it on the agenda, or I mean, just if
I think
the goal here.
The goal here is to make this information available to everyone. I think that's it. I mean, we don't have to communicate it every time, but there should be at least once in a while the contributors know how much impact hours they have, or if someone asks, it should be available to them, but we're not looking for the working groups to communicate every time or to update every time the contributors about their impact hours. But I think it's just important that their contributors know where to check how much impact hours they have, just to make this information available to them.
Yeah, it sounds good to put in the agenda, like to make it very easy. But then I wouldn't think it's needed to like talk about it. Like I feel like if it's there available and just like pointing, like, oh, you guys can check your impact hours here, and then if there is any question, to be open for questions.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I like the goal with that should be like, especially for new people, because like the old people, they know if they write exclamation sheet, they have the impact hours there. But new people doesn't know. And the idea is, yeah, I think, yeah, the main idea is just to have it somewhere so people put, like, a place where people normally check. I think the agenda is a great place. Like you just can, this is not the agenda.
Yeah, agenda is a good place, but maybe we can just give the working groups the freedom to choose where they want to make this information available, and then they just have to share with us the link to wherever they want to make this information available for their working group.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay, so what was that about the accountability that you were saying? That
For each point of the audit, we were every point have it's having. I need to find an article. I need to find one. Give me a second. Okay. Like, we were trying to implement this on the audit, and I don't know how to see what. But for example, the manifesto, it's info availability, and it should be public high. Like, I mean, there is some point like transaction cost that it doesn't matter, but that's nothing we should. It's nothing related to what we are doing, but especially the info availability, sovereignty, trust level, and rigidity. It depends. Like, I think we could use that on the documentation. Like, we were talking to remember where. Like, some document should be like adaptive, but some others should be immutable. Let's say manifestos should be more immutable than the agenda. The agenda should be more adaptive, for example. And we're trying to implement that on the audit. And what we come up with was, like, for example, the manifesto. It's info availability, and it should be high transparent. Same for roadmap, and then contributors is the other way. It's trust level. So it should be cooperative norms, and we should promote that. Decision making, sovereignty, and yeah, here we should. I mean, we should think as a community, but I think rules should favor agents. It would make more sense, or how do you feel?
can you share the link to this so I can
Yeah.
take a look closely?
I'll send it on transparent. Oh. Like, I'm also sharing screen, I think, yeah. So on sovereignty, well, I think we should, well, or maybe something in between. Well, I don't understand this. Like, Bitcoin is 0, Panda is 8, Google is 9. I guess 0 is favor of agents and 1 is institution. And I would feel for tech be something like 1.5. Not thinking on the agents, but not that much as Bitcoin, for example.
Yeah, I think it should be somehow in the middle, like balanced. Because favor institution, I think it can also mean like the protection of I don't know, the mission, the values of the institution, of the TC that is built by the agents, but then to have this balance that the agents have autonomy to propose any change, to act whenever they see an opportunity or they want to improve something, and the rules favoring the institution is just like, I think the boundaries we are creating to somehow be on the same track and have like the structure that we have as the working groups and all of this, it's somehow the institution. So the institution by design tries to give like maximum autonomy to the agents. So I think we are somehow balanced there.
Yeah, I feel the same. And I don't know if I already explained that. We still have 15 minutes. I think we could hack on either the first point we were working on. We could hack a bit on the document on the audit for the funding, like some not random, but some questions like who are the funds going to be like just write a draft before, so when we go on soft tomorrow, we at least have some idea on what we are thinking, or we could either hack on this, but I think this would be harder because right now I don't know how to do it. But yeah, let's vote. What do you want to do?
I think actually it's a bit blurry now. How are, like we were discussing, what are the options for funding and how would we approach them? And then maybe understanding how is the transparency part of that comes after. So we could have this brainstorming tomorrow, come up with a list of options, and then discuss the criteria for how to. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, it was and it makes sense. What I was thinking is, like previously, what transparency can do. Before knowing the systems they are going to be, I was thinking on what are the questions we should get answers from the working groups regarding the system they use.
But we're not using the systems yet, right? Like,
Yeah,
because
no.
now we're using impact hours, so it would be kind of like an interview for something that we don't have yet, or what?
Yeah.
Maybe we can just put a more general question in the audit. Like, do you already have a proposal how to cover funding for working group, and can you share with us the process? And then I mean, I think that's the only question that we can ask for now, since it's not there yet. And then once after the hatch and they're implementing the process, then we can add more question to check the transparency of their working group. But I think we can start with just ask them if they already have a planned funding process for their group, and it's good that they can share with us what their process is.
Yeah, that was more or less what I was thinking. But yeah, well, now we have like 12 minutes. We could work on one thing, or I mean, for right now, I have more. I'm more clear on this point on the audit than I am on the accountability. But yeah, I mean, it's just to work a bit on one point or the other, but just to hack for for the rest of the hour.
Yeah, thinking about accountability sounds nice for me.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So so what are I mean, I am a bit lost right now, and how would you like to handle it?
I think I was just a little bit curious about how when you and Juan talked and you looked into the DAO to DAO document, what was the approach you guys were thinking?
Yeah, basically, when we read that document, we wanted to implement what the document was saying to the audit, and we come up with those labels. But yeah, the idea is to with this information, like the graph was saying before, like make the audit go with the values of the project. So we focus on, like, the main idea is to focus those questions with the values of the project. But yeah, we didn't do more. We just approach it.
So you mean you want to revise the questions so it's more related to these values in the document, in the DAO to DAO document that you talked to Juan about?
My personal feelings is that the questions go kinda at got the values of the project. Like, we are not imposing. We are like I think in general the questions are good. It can be changed, of course, but yeah, our main idea is to approach the audit to this document. But that's why I don't know how else to do or say.
Yeah, I feel like I can't help much before I read the document. So maybe I can do that, and then we'll have this brainstorming tomorrow, and then hopefully things will get more clear.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I
So
think so
then,
too. Because I haven't read the whole document yet, so I also don't know how to integrate this information in the audit. So I have to take a look also before I can share some input.
yeah, I think that's the best idea. Just to tomorrow when everyone already read it on SoftGov, we can discuss it. We could, I mean, if we have time to do like 5 or 10 minutes discussing that point on tomorrow calls, that'd be great. But yeah, and I think for the, like, I would like to, since we here, like, let's say I just copy the format, and with them we're saying about calling it sustainability plan, but with what we discussed today, it makes sense to call it another way because it's not going to be sustainability. It should be, I don't know, you can change it, but
Yeah, I agree. Like funds management, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Financial statement sounds good too.
And then we could say, let me go through this again. Yeah, which one of these should we use for the, like, just seeing it, transaction? I mean, I feel it has to be public, but at the same time, it has to have trust. I feel it's something.
Will it not? Will it fall
Or maybe
under the
it's
transaction costs?
free or prohibitive. This one
Or
I don't know.
maybe trust level, because in this case we're looking for like 100% cooperative norms instead of competitive. Like one person will get, like let's say we use this this route that one person gets the funds and distributes to everyone else. This should be like 100% cooperative.
Yeah,
I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah, if it makes sense to use this, any of this for this.
it doesn't have to be public at all, right? I mean, the DAO is going to be there, but it's not like we have to announce, like, hey guys, this is like everywhere, right? It's not that important. Like every working group should.
I
Like,
think you
so
don't
it
have
makes for
to.
me.
I think you don't have to announce it, but you just have to make it available to everyone. I think that's the
Yeah, that's for
goal.
sure. That's
You
for
just
sure.
have to make this information available.
Yeah, so that would be public high. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was thinking it was should be something like in between these two. Like,
Can we cover
but
like for
just
example in one section? Can we cover like three metrics? Just don't focus on one. Is it,
yeah,
or will it
yeah.
create confusion? For example, for yeah, we can cover in just one section. We can cover three metrics like info availability, trust level, and transaction costs. Is that okay, or do you want to have only one metric per section?
Yeah, at the beginning with one we were assigning one, but I feel it makes more sense to assign more than one. I feel it make it more robust. For example, in this one, I feel it should be like public, it should be cooperative. Like, I think we could apply like almost all of them on every point. Like, I feel, for example, it should be adaptive, it could change. And sovereignty should be like we were saying, something in between. When you're asking for funds, you don't only expect the agents to get benefit, but the institution as well. So it should be something in between. Like, I feel, what do you think? Like, apply every point of those on every point. For example, in manifesto, let's say info availability, it should be high. Sovereignty, like, I mean, it's kind of the same. It should be in between.
Mm-hmm.
Cooperative, it should be cooperative, and the rigidity for example, in the manifesto, it should be, I mean, not immutable, but more this side than this one, more immutable than adaptive, because the manifesto, it should not change that much.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear from you. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree also, but I think we don't have to be very strict that this all of this metrics should be present for every section. Maybe we can just identify which are applicable to the section, not not require we don't have to be strict to ourselves that all these metrics should be covered in every section, but we can have more than one or whatever is applicable.
Like, I mean, my idea is, not to make everyone think about it, but the goal, what I'm thinking is, like, inside the questions, like, it should be all of these. I mean, for example, we could just, let's say, delete that, and the important thing is those things are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I hear what I've been saying, that maybe some questions wouldn't like fulfill all the metrics, that maybe one or another metric wouldn't be present in one or another question, and then maybe there can be a mark of which metrics are being used for each question, and that there's a willingness to use the max metrics possible. But if you think one or another metric doesn't apply, that it's okay to leave it out.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, for example, in financial statement, well, we first should write the question. I mean, it's the top of the hour. I don't know if you guys have to leave. I don't know. Or I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, let's just
Up to you.
this might take a longer time to
Yeah.
brainstorm and work on, so we can just have another session this week to put all our ideas here and revise the format and the how we approach it based on the metrics that you shared with us.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good idea. Like, we go tomorrow to Softgov, and after tomorrow, let's say Wednesday, we think we brainstorm by ourselves, I think, and then let's say Thursday morning. I don't know the calendar, but I mean, or if you Libby want to join as well, we could say an hour that is good for all of us. But yeah, Thursday morning looks nice. I mean, morning, or I don't know, to work async first, and then just to grab this. I mean, it could be like, let's say, half hour hack session just to coordinate, or I mean, it depends. Like, normally when we and Ivy meet, we don't have like we normally say put 1 hour on the calendar, but sometimes it's more than an hour, sometimes it's less than an hour, and I don't know.
Yeah, Thursday will be a little bit hard for me because I'll have the talk in Denver, and I feel like it could be good to have a few hours to prepare. But
I also don't feel obligated. I mean, it's maybe you prefer to see it when we got it finished, and then you add some feedback. That would be awesome. I mean, I don't wanna. I
okay,
don't
cool.
wanna feel you. Yeah, I don't wanna make you feel obligated, but I don't wanna make you feel like you are excluded. Like, just to, yeah.
Okay,
Like,
great. Thanks, Seth. Yeah, I'll try to come. Whatever time you guys put it, I'll try to make it.
okay, well, I mean, yeah, my calendar is kind of free, so it's
Yeah, we
up
can.
to what you.
How about the same time on Wednesday, the same hour? Would that work for you, Zap? Then I can add this in the tech calendar.
Yeah, you mean
Yeah,
1
the same
p.m.
hour.
Thursday?
Yeah,
Same. Okay, yeah, works for me.
or an hour
Yeah,
earlier, whatever you prefer.
yeah,
Or
no,
this
for
time.
me, for me it's fine. And yeah, I just want to make sure like Libby doesn't feel obligated, but also excluded as well. So yeah, I think we're in the top of the hour, and I think the call was very productive.
All
And
right.
now we have some focus to work on.
Okay, so
So
I'll
thank you,
see
thank
on
you so much.
Wednesday. Thanks, Livia.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.